I saw her leave without a single backward glance. No hesitation, no second thought, no flicker of doubt in her eyes. Just quiet steps and a door closing softly behind her, like even the walls were giving up on me. I didn't stop her. I didn't yell. I didn't demand an explanation, because somewhere deep inside, I already understood this didn't happen overnight. It never does. The distance had been growing quietly. Lost smiles, dinners eaten in silence, unanswered calls that no longer felt accidental. I had felt her slipping away long before that day. And still I clung on. That's what love makes you do. You hold tight even when it scorches your hands. You tell yourself it's just a rough patch. That love will somehow pull you through. But love didn't save us. That day I let go, not because I stopped caring, but because I was exhausted from pleading for someone to stay. I remember standing in the kitchen, looking at the 2 untouched mugs of coffee. Hers had gone cold, just like us. There was no shouting, no chaos. She simply said she needed distance. And I knew. I opened the door, and she walked out, taking everything with her. Her suitcase, yes, but also the parts of me she had once promised to protect. I didn't cry in front of anyone. I fell apart quietly, in ways that aren't meant to be shared, in ways that make you feel fragile but invisible. I went through the motions, work, smiles, laughter, but at night I crumbled. I lay on her side of the bed, imagining her presence, kept her toothbrush too long, convinced myself I was being strong while secretly hoping she would return. And then, slowly, life began again. I deleted her number, gave her belongings away, bought fresh linens. I stopped scrolling through her social media, stopped obsessing over where she was or who she was with. Healing didn't arrive in dramatic moments or cinematic montages. Healing was small, brushing my teeth even when I didn't want to, choosing a walk over a text, sleeping through the night without waking to memories of her. I discovered myself again in books I'd forgotten, in laughter shared with friends I'd neglected, in the calm of solitude that didn't feel like loneliness. And just when I thought I had reclaimed my world, she appeared. Of course, it was raining. I had just returned from the gym, hoodie soaked, groceries in hand. When I saw her on the porch, umbrella trembling, hair plastered to her face, eyes red, face pale. Regret hung around her like a tangible thing. "I've been trying to reach you," she whispered, voice shaking. I said nothing. "I made a mistake," she continued. I almost smiled, not because it amused me, but because it was painfully familiar. The person who destroyed you suddenly pleading for restoration. But this isn't a film. There's no music, no romantic embrace. Just 2 people. One who was moved forward, the other desperate to turn back time. She explained how the person she thought she wanted wasn't real, how she couldn't sleep, how my face appeared in strangers, how she missed the quiet patience and kindness she once dismissed. Tears fell freely as she spoke. For a fleeting second, I nearly opened the door, tempted by old memories that can seduce even the strongest. But then I remembered the loneliness, the forgotten birthdays, the nights she was gone long before she physically left. I remembered standing in the kitchen that morning, knowing her heart had departed before her feet. I looked at her and asked, "Why now?" She hesitated. "Because I realized what I lost," she said, "and I realized what I had found." "I found myself," I said. The man she abandoned no longer existed. He had been broken down and rebuilt, piece by piece, not out of anger, but necessity. Letting her back in would have been like burning down the home I spent a year reconstructing. She begged, promised she had changed, that she would do anything. But I was no longer someone's comfort zone. I was someone who had learned that self-worth is not in being rescued by a return. It's in choosing not to return to what broke you. I said no, not with anger, not with cruelty, but quietly, firmly, in love for myself. She wept and whispered, "I don't deserve another chance, do I?" I whispered back, "No, but I deserve peace." She left slowly this time, tears streaking her face, glancing back one last time. And I closed the door, not in pride, not in revenge, but in self-respect. Not every story needs a sequel. Sometimes the strongest ending is the one you write for yourself. If you ever watch someone walk away only to return too late, know this. You are not alone. We are out here, healing, stronger than before, reclaiming our lives one quiet, courageous choice at a time.